Hi there, my name is Amin. I'm the executive director of a children's publishing company. Today I'm reviewing LeadPages, which I gave a 5 out of 5. Prior to selecting LeadPages, I looked at a number of other solutions. There's actually quite a few in this category. The two that I looked at most closely were Unbounce and Instapage. The reason why I picked LeadPages was because of just the power of the solution. Um, the primary reason why we got LeadPages was to develop LeadPages, right? To be able to develop kind of one-page solutions that we could use as a part of our marketing funnel. Now, when I looked at some of the other tools, we actually did trials, and some of them have a lot of bells and whistles. So, for example, I believe that Unbounce gives you royalty-free images that you can use, and Instapage I believe gives you like much better customer service. And all of that might be true. All of that might be true, and are great reasons why Instapage and Unbounce are good. But with respect to that number one problem of literally creating a drag and drop lead page, I found LeadPages to be the easiest and the best one to use. And so that was the primary reason why I selected LeadPages instead of selecting Instapage or instead of selecting Unbounce. I decided to pick LeadPages for, I would say, four key reasons. The first reason was just the ability to create lead pages. So, when you think about the ability to drag and drop and basically create a lead page that looks great, not just for a computer, but also mobilely optimized, lead pages was super, super easy to use. It comes with a lot of like templates that, I think are very high converting, and it's just super easy to use with respect to building a lead page. But beyond that, number two was because of integrations. When we're creating a lead page, our primary goal is to actually get someone to like opt into something. So to get their email address, or it could be to, schedule a meeting with us. It turns out that lead pages is integrated with like everything. So for example, we use Drip CRM e-commerce, which is like another product. Drip engages and integrate, or LeadPages integrates perfectly with that, and LeadPages integrates with basically everything in case we wanted to use a different piece of software. The third reason why I picked LeadPages was because of some of the other like bonus features. Outside of creating lead pages, you can do something called creating lead boxes, which is just like, hey, I can create a little button, put that button on my website. When someone presses that button, there's like a lead box that pops up, which we actually use, and it's kind of nice to have. They have something else called like lead digits, I believe, where if someone like texts a specific number with their email address, you can actually gather their email address, which for us, because we do a lot of presentations in person at like, various, like, we do books. So like when we're doing a book reading, we can say, hey, text your email address to this phone number and we'll send you like a free sample book. We're able to capture people's leads. Finally, number four, and this is kind of a weird, but LeadPages is kind of like the industry standard. So because of that, when I say industry standard, like in the entire world of like lead page development, and there's a lot of like, competitors, LeadPages is like literally the biggest. And for me, the reason why that's kind of nice is because I found that they're like consistently putting out like one of the best products. So I feel confident that over time, um, they're going to be kind of a step ahead with respect to innovation. So those are the four reasons why I picked LeadPages. As you're onboarding onto LeadPages, it's a pretty easy transition. The first thing that you're going to need to do is, of course, sign up. Now, one of the first things that we did is we created a custom domain. Now, out of default, every one of your lead pages will be something.lpages.net. So it could be like connect.lpages.net. I don't want L pages. I don't want any customers to see L pages. I want my own like domain name. So if it's like, you know, blah blah blah.net, like you want to have that. So that was the very first thing that we did. Now that was not super easy. Like they do show you how to do it. There's a step-by-step tutorial, but you actually have to go into your domain name, registrar in order to set that up. So for us, it was like GoDaddy. We had to set it up in that way. After we did that, that's when we actually started creating the lead pages. Now, here's what I'll tell you about the actual development of lead pages. When you start, you're probably going to use templates. So they have like maybe 1,000 templates of like existing like lead pages that have already developed, where you can just swap out images to make it look custom, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much the easiest thing to do, especially as you get started. Um, I will say that I believe I'm like a lead page expert now. So when I say expert, what do I mean? What I mean is I know like how to customize it from scratch, and not just to do it for a computer, but also to do it like mobilely optimized. Honestly speaking, it takes time to develop that expertise. It doesn't happen overnight. And for me, it was trial by fire. Like it was after I actually used the software, that's how I like figured it out. I didn't necessarily feel like the moment I started, I knew exactly how to do it. It took a little bit of time for me to get used to and figure it out. But what I would say is if you are someone who is comfortable with online marketing and has experience with Facebook ads and stuff like that, this is going to be super, super simple. If you're someone who's like completely like a newbie, the templates are going to make life super easy. Don't bother creating anything from scratch just yet. Really lean on the templates, because that's what the templates are there for. But if you are a complete newbie and are trying to create something from scratch, it is going to be a struggle, and it is something that's going to take time and just like experimentation for you to get good at. So if I was in a position to consider lead pages, I would do two things. The first thing I would do is I would sign up for the trial for lead pages. I would also sign up for the trial for some of the lead page competitors. I would try them all out. And personally, like after trying them out, I would decide, well, which one is the easiest one for you to use? Now, it's really important that you make a good decision. And the reason why is because, once you've created a lead page, right? Say, for example, I invested a lot of time, created a lead page, and that lead page was one that I created a year ago. And say, for example, I created another page that was created a year ago. Well, if you're getting traffic to those lead pages and Google like sees that, and it's like, now indexing within like the Google search, and, your lead page is coming up, it's really difficult to change, right? You can't just up and leave lead pages and then join Instapage. No, I mean, whichever one you pick, you're going to have to pretty much stay with, because whatever traffic that you end up generating to your lead pages, you can't just like up and move, because you would lose all of that existing kind of value that you've created. So my recommendation is sign up for like the 2-week free trial for all of them. Try them out. See which one you like, which one is the easiest one to use. Once you've kind of decided that, yes, this is the one that's easiest to use, this is the one that I like the most, then try to stick with it, because it's very difficult to move from one of these solutions to another, because once you've created an existing lead page, and if it's working and you're getting a lot of traffic, you're not going to want to change.